Hello guys, it's Gacha Heroez here today, and I'm going to be showing you some tips and tricks for beginners. Now this is for Gacha Club and Gacha Life, so whatever you use, this should help you. Now in the beginning of almost every Gacha tuber's career, I think we can all attest to the fact that our first video was not good at all. We made some elementary mistakes. In fact, I did all the things I'm telling people not to do right now in my first few videos. I was very proud of it at the time, but now when I go rewatch it, I'm just filled with total cringe. So I'm here to help everybody who makes simple elementary mistakes. When you're first starting out, it's honestly normal for your first videos to suck. There's so many great YouTubers who ended up making their first videos and they sucked. So you can grow a lot and become a really good Gacha tuber. It just takes practice and time, so let's get on. One of the mistakes that are kind of small or unpopular items in Gacha. It's just more something that people prefer. There's certain eyes that people find kind of cringy, so I'm just going to be going through those and kind of showing you alternates. Unpopular colors. Now, this is a little more cringe-worthy, I would say. People, a lot of the time when making their first characters, use very vibrant colors that just seem very unnatural. Yeah, no. I made that mistake many times. In fact, I made it on my channel when I made my Bakugo. His hair was vibrant yellow. Now it's the color that it should be, which is more of a blonde color. So when making your OCs and characters, you really want to try to get the colors as precise as possible. Try to make them look as natural and as much like the character as you possibly can. Having your reference side by side when you are making the character is a really good idea. 3. Try to get your characters to look as precise as possible. This is more talking about the clothes because previously we colors. So try to also get the eye shape as perfect as possible. Sometimes people will try to make it look as much like the character as possible. And sometimes you just need to tweak a few things because Gacha is not going to have every single tiny thing for each character. So sometimes you're going to have to improvise to make your character look better. For example, there's probably an eye that looks more like Bakugo's, but his character would just look weird with that eye. Sometimes you just have to alter a few things to make it look better. But you can't alter it too much where it doesn't look like the character anymore. Now, for example, with Ladybug, I changed the clothes a lot. With Marinette, I would say I tried my best and it looks pretty accurate. Size of the character. This is actually very important. Very, very important. And a lot of people will be picky about the size of your character. In the studio, you will see the size of the character that is on screen. You always want to have it at least 2.2. I would prefer 2.2 to 2.6. I think that is the best numbers you can use. It's not too big, but it's big enough where it puts the attention on them, and that's the focus. The backgrounds also fit that better. When your characters are really small, everything else in the background looks really big, and you're almost focusing more on the background than the characters. Walking, any animation, and Gacha, you want to make it fast. In my editor for Mora, I make it 5 frames, which is not long at all. Things when you make it shorter, it makes the animation seem more smooth, and it doesn't, like, you're not waiting, and you're not bored, it's smooth. So I would definitely recommend when you're walking to not make it long at all. Don't even make it a second, make it less than a second. Editors. People really don't think you have to really have a great editor for Gacha videos. That is wrong. Granted, you don't have to do all of these, like, oh, cool effects and all this stuff, but you definitely need to have a video editor that can let you change the timestamp of each capture easily. That is very important. Because what I do in my videos, which I would recommend people doing, is I put all my clips in, I watch one clip, and I try to read it, and if I'm not able to finish it in the time that it goes on to the next clip, then I make it longer until I can read it and have a little bit of time after I finish reading it, because some people are slower readers. With the time of your clips, you want them to be enough where you're not like waiting for the next clip, where it's almost like a movie. You don't have to, like in movies, you don't hear somebody talk and then wait 10 seconds and then go to the next person talking. You want to have it be enough time for somebody to read it, and then once they're done reading, to go on to the next clip. You don't want to have 10 seconds after you finish reading to wait for the next clip. So in Gacha, you kind of want to make your clips faster than you would typically think in the beginning. All animations needs to be short, because in the balancing method, which I talked about in my tips and tricks for beginners in Gacha Club, you make the eye normal size and then you make it small, and then really big. The only way that will work is if you make it short, because it will look like it bounces. If you do it very slow, then you will see it like, oh, it's big, it's small, what? It's like, it doesn't look correct. That's how most animations work, is when you make it fast, because you only see the big frame for like, not even a second, so it just looks like it's bouncing and doing an animation. Emotion in Gacha videos can be overdone. For example, at the part of the videos when this cat dies, they probably cry or be shocked or be sad. Try to turn it down a bit. Don't make them bawl out their eyes, make them look upset, maybe have a tear fall and act a little upset. If someone dies, make them be really upset and cry and not be themselves. If it was somebody they cared about. It makes those scenes more dramatic and sadder. Finding emotional balance in Gacha videos is difficult. Sometimes you can add too much and make it a little overdramatic and cringy. Sometimes you cannot add enough and make the viewers disappointed with the reaction. But it's always better to tone it down a bit, especially when it's not a big thing. Mouths open while talking. I can't believe I did this when I first started. Some people do, some people don't, but always have the mouth open when your character is talking. That is a horrible mistake. If you do not have your mouth open when talking, you always have to have your mouth open when your character is talking. That is very important. I have made that mistake. I am not judging anybody in this video because I literally have done every single thing I'm listing, and yeah. Finally, I want to take a second to talk about Gacha Club and Gacha Life. I would recommend everyone to use Gacha Club. When you first go into Gacha Club, it looks like a lot of stuff, and it can be a little confusing and overwhelming, but once you actually take 5 minutes to get to learn it, it's actually very simple, and it makes everything so much easier. Like in the studio mode, you could change the mouse instead of in Gacha Life having to edit the character to change the mouth. It makes the music videos so much easier, and it saves time in all types of videos. Gacha Club, there's just more you can do with the characters, there's more scenes, it's a lot easier to do animations. But in Gacha Life, there are more poses that they took out in Gacha Club, and some people also like the style of Gacha Life more, and it doesn't have as many options and things you can do, so it's more of a simpler application, while Gacha Club gets more complicated, but you can do so much more stuff with it. Like, even though you don't have every single pose, you can basically recreate it with the thing I mentioned in my tips and tricks video. So it's honestly just a preference. I would definitely recommend Gacha Club to start off and to continue, but I can also argue why you should use Gacha Life to continue. It's really just a preference, but I would definitely say sometime you should definitely check out Gacha Club, and if you were thinking about doing a channel, I would definitely recommend you to do Gacha Club with your videos. If you want to start off with Gacha Life to kind of get the hang of things, then that's totally fine, and honestly, that's not a bad idea. Anyways, I hope this helped you guys, and have a great day.